when teaching carbon monoxide safety for the life and death of it. In this case, we're going to use a local carbon monoxide poisoning incident to raise awareness and prompt learning. Teaching, there's nothing like the real thing. The news article that we'll be exploring are thanks to the Daily Interlake, July 17th, 2003. I've been asked who needs carbon monoxide safety training. How do I teach it? It might sound corny, but you teach it by living it for starters. Begin low-level CO measurement everywhere you are, all the time, and know what combustion systems might be in play wherever you are. If your digital displays start to go up on your instruments that you're using, then you know that you're in something, especially if they start to alarm and you didn't check it outside before entering and then inside. Heck, you can put these things inside a dress jacket of some sort. You can put it on your shirt. You can put it on your belt. I have measuring devices in a lot of different places. I am data logging carbon dioxide when I'm walking into a building. So measurement, as your experiences compound with measurement, so does your understanding of the toxic gases and the prevalence around us. Sound hard? Not really. You get a low-level monitor at home. This is one, heck, you can even carry this one around. This one's designed for home at low level, but 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at home, you're already engaged with low-level measurement and carbon monoxide safety. So providing service means providing assurances to the people you provide HVACR service to. It's a weak service if you don't include carbon monoxide measurement. If the teacher or mentor doesn't take it seriously, well then how can the graduate or the trained and ready technician take it seriously? Or how can the customers for that HVACR company take it seriously if you don't take it seriously? Well, recently I was asked to tell a story about a CO incident I got involved in quite a few years ago. In almost every class since it happened, I've told this story, and I've used the following news article, report an incident as a teaching event for one of my carbon monoxide ghost stories. Real events help with teaching. Practice carbon monoxide safety, and the services you provide may just save a life or two, maybe your own. No one die. As a teacher, you certainly don't want to hear about one of your ex-students getting involved in a carbon monoxide incident that they were responsible for. That if you'd done a little bit more education and teaching, it may not have happened. The hair salon and the carbon monoxide ghosts. Well, here's some preliminary information. I think I'll take this off. It's going to take a little bit of time. So who was involved? The news article revealed most, but the following list is more complete. There was a landlord, a business owner, employees, customers, fire department, Office of Emergency Services, emergency medical responders, hospital, sheriff, power company, HVAC company, newspaper, several small businesses, and a consultant. Now, there may have been more. Now, the hardware store across the street from the victim business that was reported in the newspaper, they sold all their carbon monoxide alarms the day the news article, the day after the incident. Other stores in the county also had a run on carbon monoxide alarms. People seem to get more interested when the problem hits close to home. Also, we can wonder what the cost of this carbon monoxide incident might have been overall in your area if it happened to you. What test instruments were used in combustion analysis and ambient air testing? We can also ask or put into a timeline, what could have made this a non-story? So when we take a look at measurement, we'll think about measurement through the whole process that we're talking about. Then we're going to come back through and review the news article again to look at it from a different perspective. Well, here's what that article looked like on the front page of a Thursday regional newspaper, the Daily Interlake, serving the Flathead Valley since 1888. This is a regional paper near where I live. Well, here's some of the key points about this incident. Wednesday at 1 p.m., there was a faint odor and caused some employees to get dizzy, and there was a call they made regarding that incident. The concern escalated as employees and the 4 customers now are all sick, and that prompts an emergency 911 call. The local fire department and ambulances responded, as well, some from 20 miles away. They administered supplemental oxygen, added ventilatory support, monitored the heart rate, and they eventually took 9 patients via ambulance to the hospital. 7 went by private vehicle 20 miles away. The Office of Emergency Services, the power company, and the HVAC company, and a ventilation specialist were called. The ventilation specialist didn't make it that first day. The owner of the business said the problem was tracked to the water heaters and some ventilation failure. Remediation by that night was expected, along with the installation of monitoring systems that would allow her to open in the morning without concern for her customers or her technicians. The sheriff reported the hospital acted quickly in diagnosing carbon monoxide poisoning and then notified the fire chief of their diagnosis. There was not a follow-up article regarding this incident. The business did reopen. Since there was not a follow-up article on incidences that I was involved with and I knew that was taking place, will give us a little bit more insight into what we have called the ghost of carbon monoxide in the hair salon. Well, you just viewed the first part of the hair salon and the carbon monoxide ghost. And that would be the whole story if we didn't look further on. In the next part, we'll examine the building and more follow-up activities and perhaps experience the return of the ghost. Our thanks to the Daily Interlake, July 17th, 2003.